Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves for the Sony PlayStation 2. In the last episode, we completed episode 3, Flight of Fancy. We now have Penelope on the team. I do like her character, I especially like her character design, and of course, provides a nice little love interest for Bentley. Spoiler alert. Now that episode 3 is out of the way, it's time for episode 4, A Cold Alliance. This is going to give us a member of the team, a new member, that is going to be even more interesting than Penelope. Believe it or not. And once I get this started, we're going to see another cutscene.
After a careful analysis of Dr. M's fortress, Bentley came to the difficult conclusion that his demolition skills just weren't going to be enough. If we wanted to get inside the Cooper vault, we'd have to recruit a full-time demolition specialist. However, Bentley's proposed candidate was a shock. My old enemy, the Panda King. As a member of the original Fiendish Five, he had a part in taking out my dad and stealing pages from the Thievius Raccoonus. Eventually, I caught up with him, and I claimed back what he had stolen. There was no way I was gonna let that monster on my team, but Bentley was firm. He discovered the Panda King had left his life of crime and was now a monk living the life of quiet meditation high up in the mountains. I wasn't at all convinced, but there was no denying that he had the skills we needed if we were to succeed. So the gang packed up, put on our disguises, and headed east to China. Stay sharp, team. For all we know, the Panda King's just as dangerous as ever.
How can you say that? Just look at him! Have you ever seen someone more at peace with the world?
I'll admit, he does look kinda zenned out.
Mr. King? Honorable Panda King, we humbly wish to speak with you!
I guess he doesn't want to talk. Sorry, Bentley. Let's go.
Be realistic, Sly. He's clearly in a deep meditative trance. It'll take some doing, but I think I see a way to get the team up to his shrine.
Good. The walk up here tired me out. I don't want to turn around now. Man, I miss the van. We never had to walk anywhere back then.
Okay. Let's just get this over with.
Murray, you're up first. If you could get to the top of that pillar, you should be able to use your ball move to bounce all the way up to the Panda King.
Okay, bouncing is a lot easier than more walking. Seriously, you guys want to see my blisters?
No way. Is he serious?
Yeah, okay, master. Bouncing, pillars, piece of cake.
I hear that. Sometimes you've got to be firm.
No, seriously, was he for real about the blisters? Cause, I don't know, it's yeesh.
Just when you thought you were going to see the title of this episode, you get this little interim thing that you actually have to play. we have to get to the Panda King. It's not like we could have just loaded the level and just went to him. No, we have to do things first before we can even talk to him. And to do that, well, we're going to have to make a way to the man. For those who have been following along with my playthrough of the games in this series for a while, Panda King was from the first game, Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonus, otherwise known as Sly Raccoon in Europe and the PAL regions. He was the 4th boss that you beat in that game, and I believe once you beat him, you were able to go to Clockwork. Well, we have to meet him again, and to do that, we're going to have to bounce off the pillars in order to get up there. However, there is a thing that I want to do. I want to use the Fist of Fury to get rid of the 2 guards that are here. Otherwise, it's going to be painful if I mess this up. So, we need to jump on this trampoline here. We go into ball form with the assign button. We jump off. Now that we're glowing plank, we need to get on the pillars, and we need to ensure that we press X as soon as you hit the ground on every bounce. Otherwise, we're going to have a really hard time doing anything here. And we'd have to go all the way back to the first pillar to do all of this over again. Which really isn't fun for anyone. And I'm going to have to do another bounce here. Brilliant. Now we got one more pillar. And I think that should do it. Once you're on that 5th and final pillar, get out of the ball form, and you want to make your way over to that huge little wall over there with the writing on it. The one that's right over here. Apparently you have to be in a specific spot.
I'm in position!
Penelope, you're up next. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Sly could jump onto small points. Those bamboo chutes would be an ideal means of ascent if they weren't spaced so far apart.
Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out for myself.
It's, got to do with the ice.
Okay, so clearly we need more points in order for Sly to ascend. The problem? Where we're going to get them. The answer? Split each chute down the middle, thereby doubling the points of ascension. However, the ice down there appears too thin to walk on, so there's no way to do it by hand. So, I'll need to use my lightweight remote control car to split the trees for us.
Perfect. That's it, exactly.
Great! Anything for Sly. I love to see him pull off those athletic moves. Good thing I installed a turret on this little lady. Perfect for splitting logs.
So we steer with the left analog stick or D-pad, X accelerates, square reverses, and R1 fires the turret. This shouldn't take long, just as long as you can aim straight at these things. Just remember, you do have a meter for the gun, for the turret,
Just 2 more to go.
and you don't want it to fill up, otherwise it will overheat. Really?
Yes! There you go, Sly. Hope it's everything you could have wished for.
Thanks. It looks great.
My pleasure. Really. Anytime.
Sly, isn't it time you climbed up there and joined Murray?
Yeah, sure.
And now we can finally play as Sly. Let's not say we did. I don't know why you're back. Well, actually, I do know why you're back. I went too far away from this area, so therefore you were able to respawn. Get out of here. Alright. We just need to do the Spire Jumps. Like we always have. That way, we can jump from point to point, and we can catch up to Murray. And of course, if you need to, you can press circle once you approach this tree, and you'll make it a little easier to get here.
Whack the supports up on those pinwheels!
Really?
Pinwheel destabilization is the cornerstone of this plan!
Jump into my hands and I'll throw you up there.
I don't know why Sly yelling the word "really" made me laugh, but it did. Anyway, this should look familiar. We did this with Bentley in the second game, but now we're doing it with Sly. You have to do the little spire jumps. Jump, or X, and then circle, and then you have to press X again once you get caught by Murray, and then he'll rocket you up to one of these things. There are 2 of these. We need to knock this little support things off of these, and we can continue.
I'm all done up here.
Excellent. Now that the pinwheels are unstable, I just need to light them up with my darts. 1 shot per rocket should do the trick.
And now it's time to play as Bentley. Get in the first person view, zoom in with the right analog stick, shoot at the fireworks. And I think I fired too early there on that last one. And okay, I can get that. And I'm firing too late. Yeah, you just want to fire darts at these firecrackers so that way you can light them up. There we go.
Those pinwheels are about to go. Guru, feel up for a challenge? Well, that's right. You should be able to persuade the guards to help you get up to those rockets.
And this is where we need to go up there to the top of that building by riding an enemy and jumping up there. Now, I actually learned some things, or at least one thing about this. Believe it or not, you can attack while riding an enemy just by pressing square. I was not even made aware of this, and I don't think the game even tells you you can do this. But you can attack an enemy with square as you ride one. So I thought that was worth showing off. And now that we've managed to get our disguise going and we can get back up there, we can get back up there. Once we're up here, we need to press circle at the 2 firecrackers. We need to press up the rockets, or press circle at the rockets. This will knock that down, and he's gone. And by hitting the other rocket, I believe we can get rid of the other.
Strong work. That fallen pinwheel should serve as an excellent makeshift elevator.
Thank you, game. I was trying to think of the word that I was trying to say there. Pinwheel. Yeah, one of the pinwheels opens up the path straight to the Panda King. The other one lets you bring this pinwheel down so you can ride on it as soon as you jump on, and you can get the group up here. get the guru with Sly and Murray, you complete this part of the cutscene.
I agree. He's in a super meditative state.
So let's just shout in his ear.
Now, to break him out of this trance, we'll need to delve into his mind.
A hacksaw then?
No, it'll require channeling. Sly, sit beside the Panda King. The guru will bridge your minds.
I see you carry the cane of the notorious Cooper Thief clan. Have you come here for revenge? To steal back the Thievius Raccoonus?
Whoa. This is just like the time I beat the stuffing out of you.
Why should you care if I bury a few worthless villagers in the snow? You are a thief, just like me.
Yeah, are you even listening to what I'm saying?
Insolent child. You shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still, to honor your Cooper ancestry, I will send you to your doom with the beauty of my new firework technique. Flame Four.
Uh-oh.
And if any of that sounds familiar, that's because that's exactly what Panda King said to you when you met him for that boss battle
Palms of Thunder.
in the first game.
Fiery wheel. Booming chop. Fiery wheel.
So we still have the three
Booming chop.
attacks from last time. There's Fiery Wheel, which you do have to jump over. There's the Booming Chop, which you have to sidestep.
Fiery wheel. Booming chop.
Where's that third attack?
Palms of Thunder.
And Palms of Thunder, you just run directly away from them to avoid that.
Booming chop. Fiery wheel. Fiery wheel.
Also, it feels like I am not hitting him, but yes, I am hitting him.
Palms of Thunder.
Snap out of it. This is all in your head.
My mind is clear, focused on your destruction.
And to break him out of the memory loop, so that we don't have to fight him anymore, you obviously can't threaten him, because obviously he wants to fight you. Playing nice sounds like a good idea, but, well, it's not. So, that leaves making him sad. It's really the only option that we have.
We both know why you're here. You're fixated on the moment of your greatest defeat. I beat you, and forever after you've wondered how it all fell apart.
I hate you, Sly Cooper. You've ruined me. Ruined the Panda King.
And I've hated you, but that doesn't make any of this real. Years have passed, and we both changed. Come out of this trance. Let's meet each other as we are today, and let go of who we were when this fight occurred.
You are correct. Forgive me. My mind is not always my own.
The Panda King wasn't any more excited about the notion of him joining the gang than I was. If it weren't for the guru, who for some reason really hit it off with the old guy, the whole deal would have been a bust. We could see the anger in the Panda King's eyes as he recounted how he lost a member of his own family. A daughter who was abducted by a powerful general from the northern mountains. She was to be the bride in a forced marriage to this unscrupulous ruler, and Panda King was exiled. We agreed to help him recover his lost daughter in exchange for his skills in the Cooper Vault job. I still wasn't convinced this was a good idea, but a deal's a deal.
And oh,
We all know that our objective here is to retrieve the Panda King's daughter, Jing King. She's being kept against her will by this man, General Sao. A real peach, this guy. During surveillance, I actually witnessed him kick a puppy. Twice! He plans on forcing Jing King to marry him next Saturday. Clearly, time is of the essence. Here's the plan. First, I'll approach Sao in disguise and attempt to get hired as his wedding planner. Hopefully with a man on the inside, we'll get some news on Jing King. Still, we need more information. Two of us will need to work together to steal a pair of twin keys and break into Sao's house of business. Once inside, I'll need to utilize some new technology to circumvent their ultra-tight security. Finally, thanks to Penelope's air sweeps, we've picked up an unusual radio signature out in the water. Someone will need to go eyeball the anomaly and figure out what it is. We can't leave anything up to chance here, or Jing King lives unhappily ever after.
forgot that there was a cutscene there. But now we finally have the opening cutscene complete. We can now do day one if we want, which we will eventually do. But I do want to mention some things. One, we have 3 new abilities. We have the size destabilizer for Bentley. That's the same as it was in the second game. Shrinks guards by whacking them with your wheelchair. Works just like it did in the second game, amazingly. The temporal lock freezes time around the guards temporarily, at least. Interestingly, this is one of Sly's, or was it Bentley's? I know Murray didn't have it in the second game, so I find it interesting that some of the stuff that Sly or Bentley had in the second game gets switched around to other characters in this one. And there is jump attack level 2. You press triangle twice, then you press X to do the jump attack. After showing off the level 1 attack with limited success, I don't know if I'm going to show this one off if I ever buy it. But if I ever buy it. Of course I'm going to buy it. I'm buying everything. But even then, it's like, am I ever really going to use this? You might. I know I probably won't. And now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and save my progress here, even though the game has practically saved it already for me. And I do want to mention a few interesting points. I do like the fact that when they go back to the memories of what happened in the first game, you do have Sly wearing the backpack and not the little leg pack where he keeps the Pinocchio from the second and third games. What else? General Sao is a chicken. That food joke was all too obvious. I do like the fact that they have, that the developers had Penelope figure out, hey, get the RC car on the ice, shoot down the bamboo shoots, and split them in half so that Sly can get somewhere. kind of helps roll the whole Bentley Penelope love interest thing along. And then there is the boss battle. The mini boss battle with the Panda King, where it goes the same way, and the Panda King says the same things at the beginning. I do like that little callback, as well as the callback of the backpack too, when they showed, or when they flashed back briefly to the battle at the beginning cutscene from when you start this level for the first time. So those are some interesting points that I did want to mention before I brought this video to a close, which I am going to do right now. Join me next time where I have the money for these abilities that I've just shown off. Well, not exactly shown off, but just revealed the existence of about 2 or 3 minutes ago. And then I will go and start off the first day of episode 4. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!